Hey guys, man, I just want to come on here right quick, and let you guys know what I witnessed tonight over on Taz's live stream. Taz, invited Tough Love over, talking shit. Then I guess he didn't think Tough Love was gonna show up. Anyway, Tough Love, shows up. Taz brings him up on the panel. Taz asks the brother what his problem was with him. And so Tough Love said, well, brother, what's wrong with you? What problem you got with me? Now, Taz, of course, he couldn't articulate what issue he had with Tough Love other than to say that he was talking about Cynthia G, and he called Cynthia G his little sister. And so I guess that nigga Taz was trying to defend Cynthia G when he had made a video about Tough Love. Anyway, so Tough Love goes over to Taz's live stream tonight, tries to have an intellectual or at least an intelligent conversation with Taz, and of course, that didn't happen. Taz got to cussing the man out, called him all kind of names, started yelling and screaming. That shit was rather hilarious to listen, because I don't know, but see, because Tough Love don't know Taz. If you get up on Taz's platform, on his panel, and try to have a conversation with Taz, it will blow up all the time, every time, because Taz gets cornered easily. He's emotional, and he would just start screaming and yelling and cussing, and that's what he did tonight with Tough Love. Tough Love, that brother went over to have a conversation with Taz, and of course it didn't happen. Because Taz, Nylah, Cynthia G, they all run the same playbook. They'll call you out, and then when you get over to their platform, when you go up on their channels, then they'll start cussing and yelling. You'd be all kind of gay people, you'd be all kind of bitch ass niggas, you'd be all kind of hoe ass niggas, punk. Whatever, other than what the conversation should be about intelligently, they'll start deflecting, they'll start cursing, they'll start yelling. And listen, watch these people whenever they go live and they have somebody on their panel that they disagree with. And I'm talking about Taz, Nylah, and Cynthia G. Whenever you get up on their panels, and you are a person that do not agree with what they're talking about, instead of having a calm, rational conversation with you, they are going to scream and yell and curse and deflect and try to, do everything they can to get their fans on their side. And by fans, I mean the people in their chat. These clowns, Taz, Nylah, and Cynthia G, they all run the same playbook every time. Those people will never have a calm conversation with you. They can't do it. They get triggered easily. You can go up there and literally go cook dinner and come back, and they will still be hollering and yelling on their panels. It's ridiculous to me. It's crazy. But see, Tough Love, he don't know these people like the rest of us do. I've been here since 2015, 2016. I seen Taz when he first came up. I seen Nylah when she came up. I used to mod for Cynthia G. I used to mod for Nylah. I know these people. I know how they roll. I know every time a person goes up to have a conversation with them, if they do not agree with their talking points, instead of having a conversation and trying to figure out some type of understanding, they'll just start cursing you out. That's what they'll do. But see, Tough Love, that brother don't know. He don't know. Not like the rest of us know. You will never be able to get an intelligent conversation from Taz. Because he's emotional, he gets to screaming and yelling and cussing. It's sad, man. It really is. And Taz is right. Taz is not about any solution. You don't want solution. All he wants to do is to be able to, what do you call it, drill? He just wants to drill. Whatever the hell that street lingo is, that's what he wants to do. He's not about conversation. He just isn't. And a lot of people, a lot of these new people, because most of the people over in Taz's chat right now are new. None of the old heads are over there anymore. They've all abandoned Taz. Because Taz has been called out for all of the stuff that's on his criminal record. And people don't want to associate with that. But a lot of the new people don't know it. They don't know about Taz's criminal record, about the things that he's done. And so he has a whole new crowd over there now. I think maybe 2 or 3 of them are some of the old heads. But for the most part, those who used to follow Nylah and Taz, they're gone. they're gone. They've been gone since 2019. That's when they started leaving over different Taz's and Nylah channels. But anyway, and Tough Love, I see you in the building, bro. Bro, you'll never be able to have an intelligent conversation with Taz. It's just not gonna happen. Reason being, brother, because he it's not about for Taz. It's not about intelligent conversation. It's about the roasting, the drilling, the talking over, the cursing. Because he doesn't have really doesn't have an argument. He really doesn't have any intelligent conversation for you. He just doesn't.
Good morning.
No matter how many times you ask that brother to calm down and let's talk, it seems like it just made me even more angry. Made me even more want to start cussing and yelling. Man, brother, I got so many videos.
Salute the DOD. Salute the DOD.
People for asking simple questions from the chat. They were asking him simple questions. He just go off on them. He'll block them first, of course, then go off on them. That's what they do. Yeah, V-Dub. Yeah.
Somebody got to say this.
Oh yeah, sure gonna have a field day with that one. But it's crazy, man.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready for a tough love?
That's why people don't.
Let me know when y'all ready. I'm gonna start when y'all ready.
Going over there trying to have a conversation with Taz.
Let me know when y'all ready. I'll start when y'all ready.
People that know Taz.
I know we just waking up. We just start getting going. Let me know when y'all ready.
And then another thing Taz was doing, it seemed like he kept muting Tough Love's mic. He kept muting him. That's what it seemed like. Because the brother would be saying something, he would go out.
Good morning. I see you.
He would go back out again. And that's another thing that they do. You go over there, they'll mute you.
Say, you ready?
And then start talking over you.
Right.
As if you're afraid to talk to them or to have a conversation.
Exactly. Salute the DOD. The brother did a reaction video to the live that I went on last night with Tad's exclusive. So I'm out with my friends, we enjoying our Friday night or whatever. The night was actually just getting started, to be honest with you. And I get email notifications, and someone emailed me the link to Taz's exclusive live, saying that he was doing a response video. I said, okay, cool. I said, let me take a moment to listen to what his response video to my video is. Now, granted, this all started from me doing a surviving Cynthia G video, not tagging him and really not mentioning him because it wasn't about him. It was about Cynthia G and Red Supreme TV, and stating that men and women should stop calling each other names if we want to actually have a serious conversation, because calling names is counterproductive. For some reason, that went over Taz Exclusive's head. Okay, cool. Taz decides to do a 5-minute clip, or maybe he did more of a video now that I think about it, but he only republished a 5-minute video calling me all types of names and, you know, what he'll do, and just a bunch of retarded stuff. So I do a video and I meticulously talk about what I've seen Taz do on social media, what his content represents, and who I feel Taz the content creator is. So I went on his live stream because for some reason he was hyping his audience up as if I was afraid to have a conversation with another man. I'm not afraid to go to Afghanistan, to Iraq. I'm not afraid to drive through Taliban field areas, but I am afraid to have a conversation over the internet with another man who hides his face behind a screen and hides his self behind a persona of the Candyman. That scares me. So I go over there. As soon as he sees that I'm in the backstage, he immediately lets me on. Okay, all right, appreciate that. And the minute I got there, he turned the volume up. It was like, I don't know if he was excited or happy that I was there. I don't know what it was, but as soon as he saw me, and what it is normally what happens is when I normally go on panels, I have my little icon. So it'll be my emblem, Tough Love's emblem, and you won't be able to see my face. But because I was serious about the conversation, I showed my face, because his first response was, "Is this really Tough Love?" It was really me. So I'm cracking up, right? My homeboy, my homeboy in the back, he in the back, he was laughing. I was like, hey, a little chill. So I showed my face. I said, okay, let's have a conversation. I said, Taz, since I'm showing my face, you should show your face. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. If I'm showing my face, you should show your face. For some reason, again, that went over his head. Why you want me to show my face? I don't need to show my face. Well, my thought process, if you're talking so hardcore, if you really about that life and you the man that you say you're supposed to be, why wouldn't you want to show your face? For some reason, he finds empowerment hiding behind the screen. Talking shit in the dark. Uncle Stu, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. And he's like, he's hyping his audience up. Like, yeah, I'm really about to get him, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really about to get him, y'all. I'm about to show him who the man is. I'm like, this guy right here. I was like, man, calm down. It ain't that serious. I know you excited to talk to me. I get it, but I get that all the time. I know you excited. You know what I'm saying? I know you excited. Straighten up your tie. I know you excited. Let's have this conversation. So he proceeds to call me out, you know, nigga, and this and this and that. And I'm just like, he's like, well, what's your issue with me? And I was like, brother, listen, if I had an issue with you, I'd have put your name in the title and I would have addressed it the same way I addressed you before when I said that you were so busy calling Kevin Samuels kitten heels. That's not a name you came up with. That's a name a woman came up with. Cynthia G came up with. But for some reason, you've adopted that and you made that a part of, oh, let me call Kevin Samuels kitten heels, and that showcases I'm a real man. Cynthia G would have aborted you. Let it marinate. Let that sink in. Cynthia G talked about the abortion of black male babies. My thought process is, she's talking about men like you. The only reason that y'all cool is because she's cool with Nylah Says, and you just happen to be riding the coattail, riding the wave. You know, he went to my page yesterday, and he showcased my channel or whatever case to be. Salute! I appreciate that. Right? Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna get to y'all in a second. Just let me rock out. He showed my channel. He said, all you do is talk about, do constructive criticism about black people or black channels. And I said, no. I said, how do you know that Tough Love is the only channel that I have on YouTube? He got silent and quiet. I said, I also have a channel that helps children with bullying, that helps people when it talks about the reformation of people going to jail, like how to transition back into society, what, to keep their spirits up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I give out information about where they can go to get assistance. I have other channels on YouTube. Tough Love is a channel where we have the tough conversation, and where I find it most necessary is to have a conversation with people that look like me. Maybe that's odd. I don't know. Maybe that's odd. But where I find it most necessary to have a conversation with people who look like me. So he talked about the Kwame Browns, the Hassan Campbells, the Cynthia G's, the Taz exclusives, like so many people. And I sit back and I say, is this conversation worth having? So when I deem it necessary, I have the conversation. So I played the first clip by DOD to show you guys that for you all that was in the comments was like, you should just have a conversation with Taz exclusive. You guys can squash this. And I said, you know what? It would be unproductive. So against my better judgment, I jumped the gun. I pulled up on Taz. The only reason I hit the link, let me tell you something. The only reason I hit the link, for some reason, he talks to his audience as if everybody is afraid to have a conversation with him. But everything that I said in my video yesterday is absolutely true. Taz doesn't understand that he is down 60 points and there's only a minute left in the game. There's only a minute left in the game. I get on his live stream and have this conversation, well, try to have this conversation with Taz exclusive, and he goes to yelling and screaming and cursing, and I'm like, why are you so hyped? He goes to, oh, well, Cynthia G is my sister. And I said, what makes her your sister? I said, it's men like you that call women their sister, their queens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the minute something goes left, now they the bitches and hoes. Now you don't like them. I would rather someone call me my name than say, oh, what's up, brother? I'm not your brother. I'm not your nigga. I'm not nothing. I am who I am. My name is my creed. Say my name. I didn't look at his chat while I was talking to Taz exclusive. That's something that you guys should take heed to. It's not about the chat. However, after I got off, I spent about 5 minutes looking at the chat. There's a difference between fans and fanatics. I think I was very clear about fans and fanatics yesterday. Taz exclusive is riding the wave of Cynthia G. And even though the things that I was saying was on point, he couldn't agree with it. So because he couldn't agree with it, he got quiet when I stated it. Men and women shouldn't be online calling each other names and expecting to have the conversation, expecting the opposite sex to do better. If you want to actually say, these are my concerns, these are the things that I worry about, these are the things that I am disappointed about, people are not going to listen to you if you disrespect them in the beginning of the conversation. Taz exclusive got overly emotional, screaming and hollering, hiding himself behind the camera, talking cash shit. And I was like, I said, where you live at, do they like, is that how you talk to people? Because here's the thought process. If you call somebody a bitch ass nigga in their face, I'm trying to figure out where you live at that these men are not punching you in your mouth. Like, what hood are you a part of that these men are not punching you in the mouth? He said, where I live at, I'm highly respected. And I started thinking, like, what do you do to get respect? Like, what are you doing in your community that you get respect? I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about it hard. Like, what do you do? What are you doing online that advocates for betterment? What do you do online that promotes empowerment? What do you do online that brings men and women together to say, we need to stop this nonsense? You are a bandwagoner for Cynthia G. You talked about me doing videos on Cynthia G when you have double the amount of videos about Cynthia G. You have double the amount of clickbait about Cynthia G. Oh, I told Nylah says she can't go on Cynthia G's platform anymore. Ha ha ha, I was just playing with y'all. Anybody that has a perspective or a different narrative than Taz Exclusive or Cynthia G or Nylah says, automatically they get attacked. Here's my thought process, right? I don't have a criminal record, but I'm not going to talk about yours. I don't have issues with a wife or a spouse, right? But I'm not going to talk about yours. That to me is below the belt, and I don't want to go below the belt. Even though I think that people like you do that. You pride yourself on it because you can't have the intellectual conversation. You know what's so funny? I've sat in rooms with generals. I've sat in rooms with college professors. I've sat in rooms with people that worked at NASA here in Houston. And nobody says, I'm an intellectual. I'm so smart. I'm smarter than everybody. Let me do it with Taz's voice. I'm smarter than everybody. Ain't nobody can debate me. I'm the smartest person in the world. I'm like, dude, why you keep saying you smart? Why you keep saying you're having an intellectual conversation? He is trying to drill that into your head that what he's doing is smart. That what he's saying is astronomical. Bro, you are down 60 points with 1 minute in the game and you don't realize, well, maybe it's the time I need to get humble. Maybe I need to sit back and pay attention to what's actually going on. Taz, you showcased you have a weak mind. And any community that you belong to, you are a liability in that community. Do you understand? You are a liability. You said, you went to my channel and you said, well, let me go down your channel, and you looked at my videos or whatever case may be. Let me tell you something. Anytime that I talk about Cynthia G, Nylah Says, Taz Exclusive, Hassan Campbell, Kwame Brown, Kevin's, whoever I talk about, right? I put their name in the title. Or if the premise of what I'm talking about falls in their realm, then I put their name in the title. I hashtag them or whatever, because I want that video to be seen in that algorithm. I mean, it's smart marketing. I don't know if he knows about marketing or not. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, you advocate your videos around Cynthia G's name. I took the time and I went and I sat and I looked at your, and I don't know why I didn't look at it before, but I went down and I said, this guy, every time he makes a video, he hashtags Cynthia G. Whether Cynthia G is on his platform or not, he hashtags Cynthia G. So if I hashtag Cynthia G or I put her name in the title, I'm clout chasing, but you not clout chasing. Because that's your sister, brother. You fake as shit. That's fake as shit. I said, what makes your perspective about men and women so relevant, so needed, but Tough Love can't have a perspective about men and women? Why are you so credible and Tough Love's not? He couldn't answer it. Tried to beat around the bush, tried to say a lot of things. Then I went back this morning because I wanted to play. I wanted to play our entanglement. Me and Taz Exclusive had an entanglement, y'all. Y'all see me over here drinking this pomegranate. This shit is dry, y'all. I feel like my mouth is still, I don't know, it's dry. Me and Taz Exclusive had an entanglement, right? So he's screaming to the top of his lungs, nigga this, fuck this, and all y'all niggas and da-da-da-da. Taz Exclusive sound like a woman that never got picked. Somebody who went to the basketball court and everybody was like, it was a guy in the wheelchair that was blind didn't have no arms and no legs, sitting in a wheelchair, that got picked over Taz. Taz is mad. When you talk about the angry black man, Taz exclusive personifies an angry black man. And he found a niche by saying, if I high side for Cynthia G, if I promote Cynthia G, then I'm winning. I'm in the game. Somebody finally picked me. I'm gonna have to come get some food. Okay? All right. Somebody finally took the time and picked me. Well, congratulations, Taz, right? I gave you a little bit. You know what? I gave you too much credit. I gave you too much credit. I said, you know what? I said, let me come over to his platform. Let me have this conversation with him. Let me see if this guy can actually have a conversation. I don't say I'm intellectual. I'm better. Like, it's no, people can hear for themselves if you are an intellectual. You don't have to tell them you are intellectual. That's like, ladies, that's like a man walking to you with gray sweatpants on saying, oh my God, whoa, I got this tree trunk in my pants. You ain't got to tell them you got a tree trunk. They can see that you got a tree trunk. Ladies, you don't have to walk them. Oh, I got a fat ass. You don't have to tell him you got, he can see it for himself. People can see for themselves who you are. Am I talking to somebody? Taz, you're not going to like this video. People can see for themselves who you are. So when you steadily scream and promote that you are an intellectual and you are having this intellectual conversation, it's like, well, are you used to having dumb conversations? Are you used to doing dumb shit? Are you a dumb person because you keep on talking about you're smarter? Well, where did you come from, Taz? Did you come from a dumb state of mind? An ignorant state of mind? I need you to level up, Taz exclusive. See, here's the thought process. You and Cynthia G are polar opposites. You're polar opposites. You want to be, so you're not accepted by these men over here that you kept screaming about last night. Y'all niggas, and I'm like, what niggas is I'm like, what niggas is he? I started looking around. I'm like, where are the niggas he's talking about? I said, let me smell myself. Maybe I didn't. Is this not the Creed cologne that I wear? Like, what niggas is he talking about? I started looking around. I rolled down the window. I said, is there some niggas parked behind me? Are there niggers parked behind me? I said, let me open up the roof. Are there niggas coming? I said, where are these niggas at? He kept saying, y'all niggas, and I'm just like, bro, listen, I'm not a part of a group of people that don't like you. I'm an individual with an individual perspective. You know, he was like, you know, you're new, so you don't know. And I'm like, well, before I make a statement about someone publicly, I do my research, right? I give them the time of day. So if your video is an hour long, guess what I'm doing? I'm driving to this city, to this state, and I'm listening to your video. You just happen to be on my radar. I hit the video and I'm listening. Okay, cool. All right. I never said that all of your talking points, all of Nylah says talking points, all of Cynthia G's talking points are irrelevant. There are some things that are factual, and I gave you homage, you know, and kudos for that. But here's the thought process. Taz exclusive is afraid to have a real conversation. And the reason why he cannot have a real conversation is because he needs to show loyalty to Cynthia G above all else. Because if he falls out with Cynthia G, he can't use the hashtag Cynthia G. He can't say my little sister. Because here's the thought process. What just fell? Your brand is umbrellaed under Cynthia G. Your supporters are Cynthia G's supporters. So you have to sound like the male version of her. You have to sound like you are the champion for black women. You're not the champion. I just heard you curse out a black woman for no reason. He asked me, why did I share? He seems pretty pressed about Uncle Suge. Salute to Uncle Suge. And he started saying, Uncle Suge is this and Uncle Suge is that. My thought process, you know, if a man wants justice, if someone does something, right, to a child, or someone does something to a woman or a man that is abusive, they take it to the proper authorities. They don't go to YouTube with it. Y'all kill me with this. I was a victim advocate, right, in the military. A victim advocate, right? Sexual correspondent response team, right? You know what we didn't do when someone came to us and said they were abused, that they were assaulted? We didn't go to YouTube. Maybe that's just me, Taz. We didn't go to YouTube making videos about somebody else's trauma, somebody else's trial and tribulation. You didn't want to help anybody. You didn't want, what you wanted to do was get subscribers, likes, views, and donations. Did I stutter, motherfucker? Subscribers, likes, views, and donations. You didn't want to help anybody. You're trying to convince me how bad somebody else is, but you didn't call the FBI, ATF, DEA, local police department. You didn't call anybody and give anybody the research that you got. But you took it to YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so tired of these fake ass content creators promoting this narrative that they're here to help victims, but all of they're doing is promoting their story, getting donations, not even giving the victims the money that they've earned from the video. We're trying to help. We're here for the women and the children, for the victims. And as soon as those victims leave off of your live, you don't contact them anymore. You don't make sure that they relocate. You don't make sure that they get counseling. You don't make sure that they get real help and protection. You don't give a shit about no victims. But you're getting the money from it. I asked Taz exclusive. I said, how do you know I don't have more than one channel? Quiet again. He went to my channel. He was like, all you do is critique the black community. I said, brother, how do you know I don't have more than one channel? They, okay, well, what are your other channels? So I said, hey, I have a mentorship channel where I talk to children. I have a prison reform channel where I talk about, you know, guys getting released. And I started breaking down a few things or whatever case to be. But see, tough love is exactly what it is, men and women. And I find that black men and women, to me, are the biggest conversation, because we're the ones going head to head on a daily basis. So I want to have the conversation. And the issue is that you have men like Taz exclusive that tiptoe on the lines. Sometimes he wants to get rowdy with Cynthia G, and then other times he wants to hide. He doesn't. I find that men who hide behind a screen but talk the most shit about what they would do and who's a bitch ass and who's a nigger and all this other, man, let me tell you something. Gotta turn the AC on, y'all. It's getting heated. I find what Taz exclusive does to be despicable. I find that the type of man that he is irresponsible and unreliable. His disrespect is really a cry for help. The reason why I wanted Taz exclusive, so if Taz exclusive would have went live, right, and he would have said, I'm in my house, you see my house, I would say, cool. I said, this is my house, Taz. I'm in my car. Okay, cool. This is my car, Taz. Taz exclusive doesn't have anything to showcase to show that he is the better man. You can't prove it by conversation. You can't prove it by materialistic things, and you can't prove it by the patience that you have to understand what someone else is saying. There should have been no pushback when I stated that the only reason my perspective was different from theirs was because I don't believe that the name calling is necessary to have the conversation. Why are you saying that you don't understand that? But you're steadily using this word intellectual. Is it possibly that you can be intellectually ignorant? Is it possible to be intellectually ignorant? It's like somebody saying, I'm grown. Well, we can see you grown by your actions. We can see you grown by the way you carry yourself. Like I said, I said, you know, I appreciate you bringing me on your live, showcasing my channel, whatever kiss me. I said, here's the issue, Taz. The issue is that, and he did exactly what I said. He won't let my videos play without pausing it every 3 seconds and saying something. Because what he has to do is showcase that he's the better man. He has to showcase that he is the winner. He's the victor. But what are you winning, Taz? Because not one time have you ever stated in a debate, whether it was with a male or a female, that you've been bested, that, you know, you got some good points. If you're so intelligent, Taz, right? What do you have to show for it? Who else besides Nylah says can vouch for your intelligence, for your greatness? Who else can vouch for your intelligence? There should be other people that can vouch for your intelligence. The thought process is people subscribe to you to see the angry black man. They subscribe to you to see a black man talking and rallying for Cynthia G. Your subscribers are her subscribers, so that makes you her stepson. You're in Cynthia G's world, you're in her house, and you're living rent-free off of her name. The reason why you're upset with other content creators who use Cynthia G's name, because guess what? They're taking away your attention. Can we talk about it? They're taking away your attention. Away your attention.
It's crazy, man. Like I said, man, unless
they're taking away your attention, so you're upset, you're pissed off. So you want to make sure that everybody that uses Cynthia G's name, you have to say something about. Like, you literally seek out anyone who says Cynthia G's name. I think that you sit on online and you type in Cynthia G, right? And anybody that has said something about Cynthia G, you automatically make a video. You automatically want to get into this live. It's not a debate. It's not even a discussion. You want to have this shouting match, and whoever screams the loudest wins the debate. Whoever says the most disrespect wins the debate. Whoever you say is beneath you wins the debate. Like, you are a very disingenuous person, and I don't know why your wife doesn't say, babe, this a bad look for you. This a bad look for you. I told you to cam up man to man, and you made all of these excuses. If I'm gonna show my face, why wouldn't you show yours? If you got all this animosity and all of this energy, and you really the man you say you are, you really hold it down, you really that dude, you're really so intellectual, why wouldn't you be able to say, well, let me go from this to this? It don't matter what your background is, what your surrounding is. It don't matter if you got a haircut, don't have a haircut, if you brush your teeth, it don't matter about none of that. If we're gonna have a real conversation intellectually, then cam up. But for some reason, your audience, your fanatics, he don't need to cam up. When I went back, I scrolled up. He don't need to cam up. We know what he looked like. Well, if I wanted to talk to a blank screen, I could go live by myself, right? If I wanted to talk to a blank screen, if I wanted to talk to the Candyman icon, well, let me go watch Candyman movie. It's one that just came out. If I wanted to talk to Candyman, if I wanted to look at that, my thought process is, bro, you're not scary. You're not tough. Your community, I can almost guarantee, I don't care if you're 7 feet tall, right? You're not walking around calling people bitch ass niggas. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. And if you are, I can tell you what, you wouldn't do it in my community. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you would not do it. But you sit online and you promote such a disdain for other men. Bro, like, you are a real angry black man. You are a real angry black man. And you think by calling people names through a screen, hiding your face, that makes you the victor. That makes you better. I feel sorry for your audience that think that what you're doing is feasible, is necessary, is above reproach. I don't want to sit here and call you a bunch of names, Taz Exclusive. This will probably be the last time I even speak your name, because I think that you are... He said last night that I said that Taz Exclusive and Nylah Sayers and Cynthia G's was a detriment to society. I never said that, but the fact of the matter is he was trying to hype his audience up. This is not about Nylah Sayers, and this is not about Cynthia G. This is about Taz Exclusive. I believe that you ride Cynthia G's coattail. I believe that you know that your argument would not stand the test of time in real life. So you hide on YouTube and you hide under the umbrella of Cynthia G, screaming and hollering how she's your sister and how great and wonderful she is and how her perspective is her own. And anything for a buck, anything for a view, anything to make yourself seem more credible, to make yourself seem exclusive. I'm going to call you a name, Taz. You are a coward. You are a coward. Any man that hides their face, screams and yells, overly emotional, overly aggressive, and you can't do that in a man's face, you are a coward. And the people that follow you and they support that type of behavior, I only think that they are unsuccessful in real life. What you do is not a reality TV show. It's a real man in real life broadcasting hatred, cyberbullying, and nonsense, and trying to bandwagon a female that says black male babies should be aborted. That means Cynthia G would have aborted Taz Exclusive. You wouldn't be here to bandwagon. You wouldn't be here to hashtag her name. You wouldn't be here to say Nylah Sayers can't go on Cynthia G's panel no more. She ain't welcome on my page no more. Anything for clickbait, anything for views, anything to say Cynthia G is my sister. Well, what makes her your sister? Well, you know how black men, they call women. No, I don't. Either they related to you or they not. Call them by their name, but you want to make it intimate. You want to make it personable. That's my sister. Well, if that's your sister and you're such an example of black men, why don't she use you as the example? Why don't she balance out her platform and say, you know what, I know good black men, but let's talk about these individual men. Why don't you tell her that, big brother? Why don't you say your platform is not balanced, Cynthia G? Why don't you help her, big brother? Leader, provider, protector, role model. Won't you lend a hand? Give some assistance. You want to sit online and you want to go after every man that says something about Cynthia G, whether they say it in a respectful manner, whether they say it in a disrespectful manner. Oh, well, anybody that's friends with Red Supreme, you already know that they're not intellectuals. Well, me and Red Supreme never said that we were friends. Just like I will take the time to listen. Here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something. I listened to the argument, right? I listen to the conversation from both men and women, from all types of community, from the gay community, the white community, the black community, the Hispanic community. I listen to conversations. That's where I derive my perspective, my constructive criticism from. You have men and women calling each other names and expecting a positive result. That's my argument. That's my statement. And when I told Taz exclusive for that, he had nothing to combat it. He couldn't combat it. He even took the video down, so I get it now. Anytime that you're bested, anytime that someone comes on your platform and bests you, because he was talking like, oh, before I got up there, whoa, hey, these men are scared to pull up on me. They won't hit the link. These punk ass, these motherfuckers, these niggas, they scared to pull up on me. This guy, click. What's up? What's up, bro? What's up? Is this the real tough love? Oh, let me show my face real quick. Nothing. What's up? What's up? You talking like you ain't got nothing. You talking like you ain't accomplished nothing. You talking like you're really not the man. If you've been the man or are the man, you ain't gotta promote that you the man. I ain't gotta tell you I'm the man. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gotta run around and scream, I'm the man around here. Pop my collar. This is what I got. Well, what do you have, Taz? What makes you feel like you that dude? People's like trying to send me stuff because I put my email in the description. It's like, oh yeah, he got a criminal record and they scammer. He's a fraud. He's like, stop. Please don't send me this. I don't care about Taz's personal life. I wish him the best. I wish him, his wife, his children, I wish everything that he does, I wish him success. The issue is that the way you carry yourself online is totally irresponsible. And as men, we definitely got to do better. As men, see, here's the thing. This is what I feel. I feel that men don't have anybody empowering them. I think that women sometimes feel like because you're a man, you automatically supposed to have a certain level of power. You're supposed to have a certain level of knowledge. And the thought process is, if you don't have anyone pouring that knowledge and information and leadership into you, your leadership will never develop. Your knowledge will never grow. So you need to have someone willing to have the conversation with you. So Taz, if you feel that you are this leader, if you feel that you are that knowledgeable, you feel that you are intellectual, why do you spend so much time trying to tear other men down? Why, when you have a conversation with a man, the first thing you do is get irate and overly emotional? This is your opportunity to guide. This is your opportunity to lead. This is your opportunity to show, this is why I'm the man. We different. Our platforms are different. Our energy is different. The way I articulate words is different. But you know that. And I'm a threat to you, because if I talk about Cynthia G and I give my perspective, you know that it is more powerful than yours. So therefore, you have to do something to take the air out of the sail. He said, your channel is bullshit. Your channel is this, your channel is that. My channel is how I designed it. My channel is how I designed it. I'll put any one of my videos, right? I'll put 5 videos up, Taz. If people watch the last 5 of my videos versus the last 5 of your videos, which I think that's not even a fair assessment, because you take videos down when people best you. So the video with me in it, besting you, showing you how to have a conversation, showing you what cool, calm, and collective looks like, you took that down and said, oh, I put it on my Patreon. Brother, let me tell you something. You had the video on YouTube for free. You had the conversation with ToughLove. I'm sorry, you didn't have a conversation. You screamed and yelled with ToughLove as he bested you and showed you You are not the bully you see. Because here's the thing. When you promote someone is scared to pull up, and they pull up. Oh shit, let me take this shit down. What the fuck? Whoa, wait a minute. How do I get this shit off of? Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Let me get this off of here. So that's why I played the DOD. Shout out, salute to him. I played his video so you guys would know that he actually had a video up with me on it, talking to him and telling him, which he had no response for. The common sense statement he can't combat. What he wanted to do was, he wanted to insult, he wanted to degrade. He does not know me personally. And the thought process is, if we start aligning what we have going on personally, Taz, you're going to lose, Taz. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, men like Taz help promote destruction and confusion. They help promote destruction and confusion. The reason why is when you do anything for $1, even though it goes against your principles as a man, even though it goes against the standards and morals and morality of what manhood is. I'm not going to say anything about her aborting black male babies, but I am going to talk to these males that have a perspective about it. You weak ass man. You weak ass man. Just like I told you on your live, Taz, there is no way in the world, right, that I would allow you to stand in my face and call me names. There is no way in the world that the people around me would allow you. It would be difficult for you to walk away. It would be difficult for you to walk away. I don't know, like people talking about your criminal history. Like you just a guy that got caught. That don't mean you hard. You just a guy that got caught in the system. That don't mean you hard. You understand what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who went to jail, who were in jail, etc., etc., etc. That don't mean they was hard. That just mean they got caught. So when you say, you need to check my criminal history, check my background. I know criminals that are not in jail. I know thugs. I know people that have done some things that are not in jail, and they're just as hard as the people who got caught. So when someone tells me I need to check their background, that just showcases to me that you think because you have a criminal record, I'm supposed to be afraid of you. Another misconception. Another idiotic statement. Taz exclusive, you are a cyber bully. And you will not stand in front of any man and do what it is that you do online in the confines of your garage and wherever you stay at. Well, I don't know where you stay. You would not do that because there would be a serious outcome. You don't want smoke. You don't want smoke. You want subscribers. You want views. My channel is the way it's designed to be. So therefore, if people are real enough to have the conversation, if they take the time to listen, to want to understand the opposite sex points of view, to want to hear a perspective that may go against their own, and they rightfully disagree with me, but they say, you know what, Mario, I don't agree with you, but I understand your point. Appreciate you. Thank you for your view. Thank you for your feedback. Your channel is not built like that. Your channel is built to call people dusties and trash bags and niggas and like. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of sickening, to be honest with you. If you really look at it, there is no positivity about your channel at all. There is no grown man about your channel at all. Any women that sit back and listen to you act. This is the very thing that Cynthia G talks about. You are the epitome of a Pook and a Ray Ray. You are the epitome of that. So I'm just waiting for the day that Cynthia G does a video and says Taz exclusive should have been aborted. But that's why you make sure that you praise Cynthia G on a repetitive basis. You say, this is my sister. You are a narcissist. You are toxic. You are a user. You are a bandwagoner. You are a clout chaser. You want to be down with her so you can ride her wave. So if she calls people dusty, yeah, you're right, Cynthia. There's a lot of these dusty men. Yeah, you're right. They are trash bags. You're right. They are pathetic. Bro, you the number one cheerleader. You're the number one cheerleader. But you're not telling her, like, hey, now that you've been talking about these trash bags and dusties and pathetic men, won't we get to the positive men? You know how abusive that, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Physical abuse equals, to me, the same thing as mental and emotional verbal abuse. Same thing. So sitting online screaming and hollering trash bags and dusties and BT 1000s and bro, it's abuse period across the board. Address the individual that hurts you, because everybody don't represent that one individual, but you promoting and pulling on the heartstrings of anyone who's ever had a problem with a black person is retarded. It's counterproductive. Somebody saying you scared to pull up on Taz. Well, I pulled up on Taz to the point where he felt so uncomfortable he took the video down. To the point where when he first did the video responding to me, he didn't even put my name in the title because he knew better. He didn't want his audience to come over and listen for themselves what Tough Love had to say. It's a different energy. I speak with a different authority, Taz. We not the same. If you go back in my videos, you'll see footage of my house. Hell, you'll see footage of my Christmas tree. You'll see footage of my daughters. You're talking from a blind perspective, but you're always talking about you haven't done your research. Well, my brother, I've done the research on you. I know enough about you, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about your personal situation. Again, just in case you missed it the first time, I wish you personally the best. I wish your family personally the best. But your character online, whether you call yourself Taz Exclusive, Candyman, the Boogeyman, the GOAT, whatever it is that you want to go by, your character online is despicable. It's disingenuous. It lacks integrity. It lacks common sense. It lacks the intellectual fortitude to have a real conversation. Do you understand that? Did you get that? Look it up. You come at anybody who you feel has a stronger message than you. And the only way that you can defeat them is by belittling them, is by attacking them. I am not the best father of the year in the world, but I'm a good father. I am not the best man in the world, but I'm a good man. I am not the smartest man in the world, but I'm a pretty smart dude. But there's some things that I know for a fact. I'm a leader. A proven leader. I didn't self-proclaim to be a leader. You yourself. You want us to believe that you are important. You want us to believe that you are powerful, that you are strong, that your voice matters. Because somewhere along the way, somebody told you that you didn't matter. You didn't care. Like no one cares about what you have to say. So you now flip the script and the victim becomes the abuser. You don't matter. No one cares what you have to say. Your perspective don't count. That's what somebody told you. And you grew up bitter and angry. And every time you go live and you get into this conversation, or you get to a point where you have to address someone else, the name calling starts, the verbal abuse starts, the attacks start, the overly emotional and aggressive starts. And my thought process is, you're not going to last long in real life if that's how you carry yourself. So this is a public service announcement to Taz exclusive, not to Cynthia G, not to Nylah Says. And this is not for everybody else. This is for you. You are running on a thin line that is about to run out. The energy that you put out, right, is going to come back to you tenfold. And it's going to come back to you in a time where you're not going to be able to combat it. Stop. 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 It's not about proving who the bigger man is, who the stronger man is, who the smarter man is. It's about men having a conversation to work on building, to work on providing solutions and taking actions that will reach the solutions that we've come up with. He said, my channel was not about healing. It's not for relationship advice. Well, my channel is about having the conversations that your channel is afraid to have, that people like you are afraid to have. Because here's the thought process: you lose the attention when you talk about something that is genuine. Unless you come with a lot of negativity, unless you come with bashing men, bashing women, disrespecting communities, you lose your momentum. You lose your content. You lose your talking points. You lose subscribers. You lose donations. You lose the time that people took once to view. You act a goddamn fool. You lose out on relevance. Well, let me tune in to Taz. I know he's going to scream for another hour or two. That shit might keep me up. I'm at work. I'm tired as a motherfucker. Woo! Go ahead, act a fool, clown. I'm paying to see this circus. Got my peanuts. Oh, here goes some nuts. Here goes some bread, clown. Go ahead. Let me pitch this penny at you. Dance for me, boy. Dance. Act a fool. Go ahead and call these women names. Go ahead and call these dudes names. You intelligent? Yeah, okay. Yep, you smart. Go ahead. Perform. Perform. Go ahead. Perform. Perform. It's cool. Go ahead. You good. Look at this clown go. Go, Taz. Go, go. Yeah. You sit in front of your laptop, hiding your face, performing. And you're saying that you are a real man because of it. It's the God truth. Good faith is needed for the black community to drive a wedge. You said I'm trying to put people together. I ain't trying to. Right, I know you're not. I know you're not. Because you're faithful, you're loyal to Cynthia G. Her message is so meaningful and amazing that, you know what? I just need to support Cynthia G, regardless of anybody else's perspective. I need to, and it's not even you're supporting her blindly. You're supporting her willingly because you're eating off of her name. And anybody else, I'm not clout chasing because that's my sister. Is she related to you, Taz? No, but that's not the point. Well, wait. If she's not related to you and you met her through your wife, She's just an associate of yours, right? Y'all don't have no contracts together. Like, y'all don't really do anything besides YouTube. You don't have any business ventures together, right? Right? Do she play, like, do she come and play with your kids and babysit your, like, do y'all have a real relationship, or is this just a YouTube sister? Well, I don't understand, because if all black women are your sister and that's how you go with this big brother narrative, then that means you wouldn't be online cursing women out, right? You wouldn't be online disrespecting other women. And if you say that all of these women automatically, because they're black, they're your sisters, well, what about these men that are your brothers? Because they're automatically black. How come it's okay for your sisters to disrespect men and have a perspective, but it's not okay for men to have a perspective? Guess I'm a little bit lost in your ideology. I make you nervous. I make you sit up in your seat, right? I make you tighten up your tie. I make you look presentable. I get it. I do that to a lot of people. I do that to a lot. And you know what's so funny? It's not even intentional. It's just how I am. You understand what I'm saying? When soldiers used to come into my office and say, hey, chief, hey, I got a situation. I got an issue. Have a seat. Let me help you. Let me help you. Because there's a way that you talk to men, right? Not talk about men, right? Not hide their videos inside another video and talk shit about them, because you do a very good job. And then when they pull up, you take the video down and act like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna give them no views. I'm not gonna say their name. Like, bro, you are a coward. You are a coward. If you come on Tough Love's platform and some type of way all your talking points are got, whoa, mind blowing. Like everybody in the audience is like, Taz Exclusive is the man. Like, I'm not gonna take your video down. But I have such a common sense approach to situations. It is very difficult for me not to be able to have a conversation. But you'll feel like what you say is mind blowing, when really you say the most outlandish things for a reaction. I can almost imagine how it looked when you were talking to me, someone else viewing you. How you was jumping around, you bitch ass nigga, yeah, and I'll threaten you, and I'll do, and I'm sitting in the car, like, you can honestly see me sitting in the car like this. Like, I'm like, Taz, let me tell you something. You say you from the hood, right? Me too. Me too, Taz. All of that extra hypeness and jumping around, I'm telling you, don't go nowhere else and do that. All of that bitch ass and nigga, don't go to nobody else hood and do that, because you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems, man. I'm telling you, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some real problems, Taz. I don't think that you would be able to last 5 minutes doing that right there. Walking up to people talking about that's me. Taz said to me yesterday, calling people a bitch ass nigga is what they are accustomed to doing in their hood. And nobody ain't whoop his ass yet. Let's be real. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Nobody ain't whoop your monkey ass yet. What hood is that? On some real shit. Taz Exclusive. I've been to a lot of places before the military and during the military, right? I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Turkey, Egypt. I've been to damn near every state. And I've been to a lot of hoods. And I have respect for where I go to, because I realize that it is not about where you're from. It is about where you at. And my thought process is, what hood is Taz Exclusive from or in, that where he can walk up to a random person in that hood and say you are a bitch ass nigga, and they wouldn't be, that would not be considered a threat, and that man who receives that hardship, receives that verbal abuse, would not want to take Taz Exclusive fucking head off? Curious. What hood is that, Taz? You want us to believe this is what you do on a regular basis. Well, brother, either you hiding or you got an army with you. Either you're hiding or you got a motherfucking army with you. Now, I'm going to go with the first one. Because I notice that every time you get riled up, every time you have something emotional and aggressive to say to a man, the screen always looks like this. Why is that, Taz? Why are you not showing your face? Why is there never a video of you actually walking around in your home or walking or shit in your car? Why is it that you talk the most shit in the dark? Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Can't none of y'all debate me. Macho Man Randy Savage. Just saying. You the hardest and you the toughest man on YouTube. Everyone should be afraid to have a conversation with Taz. Everyone should be afraid, according to you, to have a conversation with Nylah Sayers and Cynthia G. These are women. And to me, I don't think they're ugly. Salute to them. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them. If I had the opportunity to sit down and say, hey, Cynthia G, let's go on this, let's go to this lounge, this hookah lounge. Let's sit down and have a conversation about the black community. Let's just chill. I'm not on the type of time like, oh, let me just disrespect Cynthia G just because. And for you to take the notion that, oh, well, I'm going to put tough love in the same arena as everybody else. First of all, whatever you do as a content creator, whatever you promote, salute to you. But when you do it publicly, which is what I told him, is this YouTube atmosphere, right? Is this a public platform? He agreed. He said yes. I said, when you go public, right, and you promote a discussion, you promote an argument, you promote a disdain, whether it's for men, women, or communities, or for the government, etc., 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 people are going to derive at their perspective based on their life experience, institutional knowledge, and common sense. So they may have some feedback for your ass. So when you get the feedback, you can't say, y'all ain't allowed to have no feedback. Take what I say and don't worry about what you think. Well, what's intellectual about that? What about why do you think that's intellectual? Why do you think what you saying is just so amazing and it's like you're besting everyone? All through the conversation, he just felt, first of all, you know when someone is losing a conversation when they start getting overly emotional. It's almost like you start off like this, right? And as you continue to talk, it's like their voice starts to raise, the tone in their voice starts to get more aggressive. Now, you couldn't see his body language, but you can hear that he could not combat. It was common sense that he could not combat. So in order to best you, in order to make sure that my Cynthia G followers, my Cynthia G subscribers, because that's what your audience is. Cynthia G was somewhere getting her nails, her eyes done, her vagina ate, something. And she said, hey, y'all go over there and check Taz out. I'm good. I'm straight. Y'all go ahead and check Lil Bro out. He's talking about something. I don't know. I don't get involved in minor things. So her audience was like, we ain't got nothing to do. It's a Scrabble night. It's Scrabble night. It's Monopoly night. We'll pause the game and go check out Taz. Oh, he talking about tough love. Okay, I checked that brother out. He's a cool dude. Cool dude. Taz, you are not a master debater. You don't win arguments. You sabotage arguments. You are not a king. You're not a god. You're not the GOAT. You're a guy trying to make it on YouTube, and your niche is, if I heavily support Cynthia G and call her my sister, then her followers will follow me. If I continue to bash the men that she talk about, then her followers will follow me. Can't say I never gave you nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm MarioJaye. This is Tough Love. Until next time, Taz exclusives.